It is day 2 of MLG Columbus 2016, day 2 of the group stages on March the 30th. If you do not know, inside the CSGO client, you can do fantasy and team pick'ems. And I figured that today I should show you my predictions for the matches on day 2. Remember to drop a like on this video and leave a comment. Let me know if you agree or disagree with my picks. Let's waste no more time and get right into it, looking at the first match between Mousesports and Flipside. Now, I know Flipside looked decent yesterday against NiP, but NiP were using their coach Threat, and also Mousesports just in general. I feel like they're the more consistent, slightly stronger team. Nico, Chris J, and so for me it's going to be a Mousesports victory. Now, before the last time I did this, it said checkout was unavailable, but this time it's working. Come on! And there we go. Mousesports are our first pick of the day. Moving on to FaZe Clan, the homies AZ, Micah, Lele, Fox, Jacob, and Rain versus Splice. Now, FaZe Clan did lose yesterday against Team Liquid, but here I would just say that I would go with the expected result of them beating Splice because they are just the overall better, skilled, more experienced team. So we're going to hit it with the 360 no-scope and make that pick. Moving on to match number 3, we have Envious versus Gambit. Now, Envious yesterday and just in general at the moment are not looking too strong, and they did in fact lose to Counter Logic Gaming, Beditalic and his boys. Gambit against Australis looked okay. Of course, Australis are one of the strongest teams in the world, and you know, they did not look too bad. Adrian is a great guy, so is Moo. I met those guys a while back and they are really nice people, but unfortunately when it comes to CS, being a nice person does not necessarily mean you will win. And in this case, even though yesterday Envious did not look strong and overall they are not playing the best CS ever at the moment, I think that they are the clear favourites for this matchup. Let's make that pick, and Envious are our third pick'em team. Moving on to G2 versus Cloud9. Based on G2's performance yesterday, this could be a very, very close matchup. However, at the same time, Cloud9 were unable to adapt to Navi, who adapted to them after Cloud9 actually got off to a very good start. And so I think this could be a close matchup, though G2 are my favourites going into it. If G2 come out firing and, you know, playing their best, I think even if Cloud9 were playing their best, the experience and individual skill of G2 should overcome. And so it is going to be a G2 Ninja Samurai. I'm not exactly sure what the G2 logo is. Is some sort of thing? Yes, G2 are going to be my pick for the fourth matchup. NiP versus LG. Now, as we all know, NiP were playing with Threat yesterday, and I don't think Pitt is actually going to be able to play in this tournament at all. If you do not know, he had visa issues, and that is why their coach Threat has had to stand in for this tournament. They did look okay yesterday. Get Right and Forest were playing really, really nice CS. Nonetheless, LG for me are the better team right now. They have been playing very, very well, consistently finishing in the top 4, and I think the Brazilian Maus are going to be taking this matchup. Fallen and the guys have been putting in so much work, and I think that they are so hungry to finish as high as possible in this tournament, if not just win it outright. Up next, we have Fnatic and Liquid. Liquid did look reasonably good yesterday. Like, it was quite surprising how well they did against FaZe. In particular, Adrian was playing extremely, extremely well, and indeed, they managed to overcome FaZe Clan. However, Fnatic stomped Splice so hard, and they looked, you know, like the usual Fnatic. They just looked super strong and pretty much unbeatable. Fnatic are my favourites for winning this whole tournament, and so I'm going to have to put them through here. I'm going to put them as winning this matchup against Liquid. My brot, Olaf Meister, dude, I think you're going to win it. I think you're going to win the whole tournament. Now, moving on to the penultimate matchup, Australis versus CLG. CLG yesterday got off to a good start against Envy, although Envy at the moment, as we've already established and as all of us pretty much already know, are not you know, playing to the best of their ability. On the other hand, Australis are playing consistently well at the moment. Their recent run of form has been, you know, pretty good. And you know, at these larger tournaments, Australis has a very good record against teams that are considered lower tiered compared to them. This could maybe be close in some wild circumstance where CLG come out and just do absolute work. I think Australis are the clear favourite here. And so Australis are going to be my pick. Dub, Zipex, Debe, Carrigan, and Kejanbi. Moving on to the final matchup, we have Navi versus Virtus. Virtus against G2 yesterday were completely dominant. They had an amazing match on Train. It ended like 16-1, something absolutely ridiculous. Navi got off to a slow start against Cloud9, but then tweaked in typical Navi fashion. They, you know, reorganized themselves, took a timeout, and then just dominated the match from there out. This for me could be the closest match of the day. It's pretty tough to call, but Virtus recently have not been very consistent. Like this match against G2, they just managed to play, they managed to be the Virtus plow once more, but recently they have not looked like that whatsoever. On the other hand, Navi have been super consistent, and yeah, they are like the number 2 team in the world or something right now. And so I think for the final matchup, it is going to be a Navi victory. Navi and the boys are my final pick, and that rounds out my pick'em for day 2 of the group stages. Mousesports over Flipside, FaZe Clan over Splice, Envy over Gambit, G2 over Cloud9, Luminosity over Nip, Fnatic over Liquid, Australis over CLG, and Navi over Virtus. Let me know in the comment section if you agree or disagree. I will be responding to comments as I always do, and we can have some cheeky little discussions back and forth. Cannot wait to see how this tournament plays out. Super excited. Much love and peace.